Welcome to another instant reaction of Miami Hurricanes football. Marcus Benjamin here with my girl C2, who's on location in
I
Atlanta.
am.
She witnessed the first loss of the season for the Miami Hurricanes. They lose today against the Yellow Jackets 28-23. Before I provide my take and just my view from home from TV, just kind of watching it, you were there on the field. So what was the reaction from the players, coaches, when it was all said and done in Atlanta?
Yeah, Marcus, on the sideline, it was the fans were really quiet. The players tried to get them to be really loud, especially on defense on that, not the last drive, but the drive before last for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of, towards the end of the fourth quarter, it was still like, okay, because we've had games like this before where, they're down, but they're able to, I guess, come back last minute. There's
Yeah.
been games like that, but this game was not the case. So, I
Yeah.
mean, there was still no type of fear in their eyes until that Cam Ward fumble. And once that fumble, everyone just it was just kind of like head down, and the crowd was very quiet, and it was just at that point it was a game. It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
I seen a lot of tears from a lot of players
Mm.
walking off the field, not wanting to leave the field. A lot of angry faces, a lot of tears. It was hard to see. But their first loss, it was. I didn't think it would be this way.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I thought Miami was coming back too. I think every Hurricanes fan probably thought Miami was going to come back and win this game, especially with Cam Ward with the ball in his hands with 2 minutes left to go. You felt like this was going to be another one of those fourth quarter comebacks that we've seen so many times this season.
Right, right,
But
right.
unfortunately, we were reminded of the issues that were fearful of when we acquired Cam Ward which was fumbling the football, which we haven't seen a lot from him all season. But at that moment, of course, it was kind of the worst possible
Remember.
time that could happen. Statistically, Miami kind of dominated. No, I wouldn't say dominated, but they kind of won this game statistically. When you look at the stats, Miami outgained Georgia Tech. They also had more first downs than them. When it comes to total yards, it was 436 to 370. First downs, Miami had 23 first downs to 18. But
Can you?
what killed this team, Cass, for me, was the fact that they couldn't convert on third downs.
The
They were three.
conversions. I was just going to say, give me the stats of the conversions, third and fourth for me, please. They
Yeah,
were like three
so
for ten.
yeah,
What was it?
3 for 10 on third down and
And like
one for
one for
four
four.
on
Right.
fourth down. Yeah,
Killed them today. It
yeah.
was how many times was Cam sacked today?
Uh, that's a good question. Let me see if I can get that.
I
He
think
was
those
sacked. He
those
was sacked 3 times.
three times. It was hard seeing him today scramble. Some of the passes that he was making. It was a hard watch today. And I
Yeah,
was on the sideline near all of them throughout the entire game. Everyone, it was nerve wracking, but those third down conversions
yeah.
definitely, I would say those conversions definitely hurt them, to say the least, the most in this game.
Yeah, I think the fourth down conversions that they
Yes,
couldn't make really hurt them as well. Take the
that fourth
points.
and
I
16.
was I was screaming at the TV, take the points, just take the points because hey, if they score those two field goals, that
Could
is
have been a
basically the difference in this game. So
absolutely.
I think they should have just took the points in this game and just kind of took what they were getting as far as like the progress down the field. That was kind of one of the main takeaways for me. And a lot of players went down with injuries. So I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any updates on any players that went down. We saw Simeon Barrow go down. Jaden Harris went down for a while. Jacoby George was injured for a little bit as well. What did you see on the
Their
field
reporter
for injuries?
also went down. I've seen some of the players bounce back. Jacoby George bounced back from his injury. But Daryl Porter, he looks like he was in a lot of pain on the sideline. On the
Mm,
bike over here, just slowly, I seen him take some evident like some pain pills just to kind of ease the pain. But he was in a lot of pain. See me in Barrow, I see him just stick it out. But as far as like it was a lot of down, a lot of injuries in today's game, which was scary because we, especially on the defensive side, just to see DP go down, like, come on, we don't need this right now. We just had Jay Rich
right.
go down last game, so seeing that, it was just one of those things like, why is this happening in this game? That
Yeah.
definitely affected the team.
I feel like everything that we've been kind of talking about all season finally kind of
Mhm.
caught up to the Hurricanes in this game. We kept saying like, can the offense really kind of carry this team if the defense gives up big plays? Once again, this game started out with the defense just giving up
Mhm.
big plays, and then Miami just couldn't get in any rhythm offensively. And it was the one game that Miami and Cam Ward
Mhm.
or the offense couldn't bail this team out. And I'm concerned with even these last two games, just because of their morale. They got a bye week now to let that kind of settle in. And then Syracuse, that's probably gonna be a tough game, just like it was there in Atlanta. So there's still a chance, but it just seems like the problems that this team has, it doesn't seem like they're getting resolved, you know?
No, I totally agree with you. I've seen Cam on the sideline. He was very frustrated, to say the least. He was telling everybody, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Watching the defense. I've seen some frustration from him. So I mean, I was frustrated as well. But I say, to say the least, I think Kiko did a hell of a job today. He had a
He
total of
did,
11 tackles. I think it was one of his better games today.
for
So
sure.
shout out to Kiko. But yeah, man, especially starting off the game, they couldn't stop the run at all. On Georgia Tech's first drive, they carried the ball all the way down, running the ball, and it was just not being stopped. I don't know what changes Gildry made for that, but yeah, it was just one of those things where they needed to come out hot. This was not supposed to be a come behind type of game for Miami. This was supposed to be start off hot, stay hot if they wanted to continue to be 10-0. But unfortunately, it did not happen.
Yeah, 271 rushing yards for Georgia Tech. And what was really telling for me was that they had 48 rushing attempts, and that seemed like that was the game plan to start for Georgia Tech. So they were like, yo, we're going to run the ball and we're going to dare you to stop us. And Miami just couldn't do anything to stop them. So it's kind of sad a little bit that a team unranked, playing with a hobbled quarterback. I think Haynes King had 6 pass attempts this entire game. They did rotate another quarterback in, but the passing game wasn't existent for Georgia Tech. So this was a one-dimensional team that Miami could not beat. And that's kind of demoralizing for this team going forward.
I agree. Man, it was for Georgia Tech. I could say it was super duper loud from the beginning to the end. A lot of fans came out. They ransacked the freaking field. They all chomped, and it was crazy afterwards. I'll post a video of that later. But it was super super loud. It was, I wouldn't say super super loud. I've heard louder, but it was a lot of upside down U's, and it was something to see. But it was very hard to watch from the Miami when you're used to seeing them 1-0 every week to now losing to an unranked team. It was just very hard to watch.
Unfortunately, they are 0-1 this week for the first time this season. I do want to ask about the press conference. Like, were there any notable press conference quotes that really kind of stuck with you, or what was the kind of the mood from the press conference in Atlanta?
In the press conference, I'm not gonna lie to you, Benjamin. I'm still here at Bobby Dodd. not the best or organized. It was very, very hard navigating the stadium in itself, getting to the press conference, getting to the field. Literally had to walk through the stands to get on the field. That's
Wow.
how you enter it. But as far as press conferences, I did see some quotes that were sent out. I actually did not attend the press conference. I'll be watching with you.
Okay, no worries, no worries, man. But yeah, I mean, well, Miami loses this game, but I think they can bounce back from this one because there's so many reasons why this team lost. I feel we could talk about the offense. We could talk about obviously that last fumble. I would say even a lack of a commitment to the running game and just sloppy play from this defense. But what do you think is like the the one thing that has to be changed for Miami to win these last two games and maybe make it to 18 championship game?
I'm so sorry. They're cleaning up here at Bobby Dodd. I hope you guys can hear me. I can't pinpoint one specific thing.
Mhm.
Defensively, though, defensively is like the huge thing for me. I
Yeah.
said that from the beginning. We want some board right here. Okay. No, absolutely not. Give me 1 minute. I have to
Okay, you need to wrap it up. All right, that I guess that's gonna wrap it up for Cash's take on the instant reaction from Atlanta. Looks like they're kicking her out from Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're in ATL shouting, but this was a game that the team is going to be kicking themselves that they didn't pull out a win here. I think Miami is the better team than Georgia Tech. I think the wide runs, the jet sweeps really kind of exposed Miami defensively because they kept running those wide runs, which has worked against Miami in other games as well. Virginia Tech is definitely one of those games where these runs to outside of the tackles have really kind of hurt Miami. So it's really kind of, I guess, the speed and the scheme that is really kind of hurting Miami's defense. And not sure how they'll be able to stop that kind of going forward with their given personnel. So I think Miami will have a lot to think about during this bye week. I think they should definitely focus on just execution, especially on third down. It's crazy that this team was number one in the nation when it comes to third down conversions, but in this game, they just failed miserably to convert on third down. They only had one trip to the red zone as well. So, as far as Cam Ward's play is concerned, I feel like he should be running the football more. I feel like it's great that he improvises and buys time, and sometimes he makes some spectacular plays. But in this game, it seems as if there were opportunities for him to run the football and extend drives with first downs with his legs that he wasn't taking advantage of. So I want to see more of that for the next couple of games here. Cam Ward just being more decisive with the football and running with it. And I do feel like there wasn't a real dedication to running the football in this game. I feel like they could have tried to run the football a little bit more, maybe have some other running backs run the football as well, along with Damian Martinez. You would like to see more creativity with the running game, maybe some more read option or run pass option or runs where there is a jet sweep. I mean, I would love to see a jet sweep maybe to, I don't know, Ray who's got great speed, something like that to really kind of up the creativity of this offense. But those are really kind of my main takeaways in this game. I feel like they need to, of course, convert more on third down, the fourth downs. I thought they should have took the points on those two occasions. That to me could have been the difference of the game if you just take those field goals as points. And of course, Ward has to be more careful with the football on that final drive. He either needs to take the sack or throw the football away or be more decisive with running the football. That's going to wrap it up for the instant reaction here. Make sure you tune in to canescounty.com for more information on Miami Hurricanes athletics.